everyone, just wanted to pop in here, coming in under the wire with my Spring Stash Busters journal. And I gotta tell you, I had a blast doing this. I will admit that I did most of the labor part in 2 days. It's all been in my head, and every time I think of something that I wanted to add, I toss it in my project basket. And then yesterday I just spread everything out and went to town. I want to show you what I started with first. My cover is this plain cardboard wrap that a set of twin sheets came in last week when I bought sheets for my granddaughter's beds. I got 2 of these and I thought that would be cool. The spine is 2.5 inches wide. And I was hoping that my 5 signatures would fill it, otherwise I was going to have to start from scratch. When I think spring, I think rainbow, and I think pastels, and I think flowers and birds, and so this is what I came up with. My closure is a headband that came in a 3-pack from Dollar Tree, and I added a flower for each one of the colors in my signatures. I have 5 signatures, 5 colors: pink, yellow, green, blue, and purple. I went pastel rainbow. And then on the side, here's my spine, and I'll go ahead and slip this off. There's my spine. I finally found some double-edged lace. I know, no purchase, but this was one I added to my stash. And I have the hole here that I'm going to put a chain in. And I'll show you in a minute what I'm going to do with the chain. But I've got the chain handy. And then I've got the cover, front and back, was from a calendar that was in my stash. And so was this ribbon, this lace trim. So, all 5 of the signatures are very similar, except for the color. Otherwise, the placement is pretty much the same. There's the top. I'm going to peek here and make sure you're seeing the top. There's the top. And make sure you've got the spine. There you go. Okay. So, this paper, I fell in love with this paper. It's almost a construction paper grade. I got it at a homeschooling conference when my daughter was 14, and she turns 30 plus this year, so that gives you an idea of how long I've had this paper in my stash. Same with the lace. A lot of my laces, we used to have, when we lived in Illinois, there was a gal that would bring tubs of lace to the flea market. And we could buy it by the yard, like $1 a yard, and it didn't matter what the lace was. So I bought like 10 yards of this. I was initially going to edge a tablecloth with it. Well, we don't use tablecloths anymore, so guess where it's going now? All the signatures have a fabric sew-in the top corner on the first page. I'm going to add butterflies to all the signatures. I just don't have any of this type made. And I want to, other than in the pink, and I want to make more of those. This page is made from pink copy paper that I folded, or that I made a tuck spot in, and my butterfly paper clip in pink. And then there's one of the tags from one of the challenges and one of the embellishments. I took envelopes. I had a whole slew of envelopes without cards. And so I took one in each color and made a tuck spot for one of the embellishments that we made in the challenge. Every color has one of these tabs and an eyelet, and I'm going to do a bead dangle from each one of these tabs. This is a paper clip that I made. I made one for each color, and they all have an Easter egg on them. The only thing was that I didn't have, when we get to purple, I didn't have a purple Easter egg, so I got another pink in there. So we started and ended with pink. Some scrapbook paper from my stash. Paper clips are all from my stash. This ribbon, as well as this ribbon here, and I've had this, got eons. I think I got it in an auction box. And while this isn't a true tuck spot, that's why I've got the paper clip holding it. Another one of the envelopes for the pink side, and a thumb pocket, and then there's another one of the embellishments. Another fabric tuck with lace trim, one of the tags. This paper here is actually from a legal pad. I got a hold of a legal pad where every other page is non-lined. So I put one lined page in here and one non-lined page. I also had pink legal pad. This is just a fabric paper tuck that I put in the center of the spine and a fabric flip. And so that everything didn't wind up in the same spot, you can see this section of lace here. In the next signature, it'll be down here, and then I alternated back and forth. I saw a video once where the gal said she tried to make all of her signatures the same so that they were even weight within each other, and I thought that was a really cool idea. So I've got the same number of pages and the same layout in each of my signatures. Then here's my center signature. Some of you guys have napkins. I have tissue paper. So I wander under tissue paper to a piece of copy paper, and that became my center signature. And this also is a tuck spot, a little band. And then we go to the other half of that pink, the other half of the envelope, and another one of the embellishments. Where this one over here got the lace and stuff. This one I took and I used a oval scallop die from Stampin' Up! To cut the finger pocket out. And then there's another one of my tags. And in a minute I'll show you what happened to that half of paper. And then here's another paper clip that I made for the embellishment challenge. Paper clip with an Easter egg. Now you'll see this little doily here doesn't have anything on it. There may probably be a butterfly go here, but here's the other half of that scallop circle, and I did a different animal on each color and backed it with a doily on all of them. Here's that other pocket and tag. Okay, now these are all basically the same, so I'm going to flip through the rest of this really quick. They all start out with the same lace. They all have a paper or a fabric spot. This is where I got the idea to do the tuck, except the yellow legal pad was an extra long legal pad, so it was long enough for me to flip over and make the pocket. The ones where the paper wasn't, I made the pocket, sewed the pocket in place. This was a napkin tutorial that my sister and I did while we were in Springfield for our crafting weekend. Another tuck envelope. I don't have all the yellow tags finished. I only needed, 6 for the collage tags, but I had 5 colors to work with, so I went with the ones that I had that I needed, and then I'll come back and I'll finish the yellow tags. More scrapbook paper, more copy paper. This one, the ribbon is yellow. And then this little bunny that I made for the embellishment challenge in a yellow envelope pocket. The fabric tuck I went on this side this time, and there's a partially finished tag with the embossed bunny. I used that one to show my sister embossing. I've got one of these at the top of in each of the color categories with a different word on it. Here's where I moved that lace down, the fabric flip, and then the stamped page. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to embellish these with rhinestones and stuff. And then here's my center pocket with a yellow Swiss dot tissue paper. One of the challenge pieces, I just glued it into place. It just looked too pretty to want to hide in a pocket. Another tuck spot with one of the embellishments. The extra long one there. This yellow paper here, my sister asked me about it today. It is copy paper, and you can get it in in Walmart in store in variety packs. It's Neenah cardstock, Neeenah, or you can buy it in the solid colors by the reams online through Walmart or any of your office supply stores. I love keeping this on hand. Another side tuck spot with another tag yet to be embellished. And because these side pockets are narrow and things want to slide out, I've added paper clips in the color coordinating. Didn't have a yellow butterfly. Then we get into green. And most of the green stuff is going to have to do with St. Patrick's Day, so I've got shamrocks and bee fabric here. There's no little side pockets, and this is a tag that I made out of fabric that Sissy gave me while we were in Springfield. This was out of her stash, and she let me take clippings from everything she brought in exchange for some of the goodies I took her. As I said, this was St. Patrick's Day. This is a fabric panel, and I've glued it onto just green cardstock for a tuck. And then this was scrapbook paper and embellishments. That was one of the tags that I did. And I haven't put anything in this one yet, but this tuck spot has another tag. And then this one I put the leprechaun hat on. The lace and the fabric flip. And then this one I added, I had another piece of this fabric and I used it to make a notebook flip in this one. I just really love that fabric, and I can't find it anymore, so I've been hoarding that fabric. Another one of the little finger spots, something little slim can go in there, and my paper clip. This is a silverware or flatware bag that your flatware sometimes comes in some restaurants. Sissy and I ate at Golden Corral, and I saved the silverware envelope. And then I've got a green thumbs up paper clip holding it in place for right now. Paper trimmed the envelope pocket on this side and made that tag on one of the embellishment challenges. My big pocket. And this was from my stash, one of the embellishments I made. And that takes care of the green. Okay, blue. I did one of the little embellishment tags on this one with a blue heart paper clip. I realized I didn't have as many blue embellishments and tags and stuff, so I'm going to go back and fill these in. More scrapbook paper. Envelope tuck spot. The lace and fabric flip and a blue egg. And these eggs were stamped from a Stampin' Up, I believe it was from the Easter set last spring catalog for 2018. And then my blue tissue paper. I just love this one. This was the tape transfer that I did because I couldn't buy that set yet. It was a no buy, so I went into one of my extra catalogs and cut the image out and did a tape transfer. I own that set now, by the way. And then this is another one of the tags that I made. Blue pocket, I have nothing in yet. Short on tags. And then on this side, I stamped an owl on the other half of that blue scallop. This pocket, I think this is such a good contrasting color between this one and that's another tape transfer. I also made that in yellow. I may have to add it to one of my yellow tags. And then there's my fabric square. And last is purple. I love this fabric. We got a bunny. This was from a Hello Spring set. The bunny, the deer, the owl, and the something else. There was 4 of them that all belonged in that set. And it's from years ago. Then I've got this here. Trimmed that envelope opening, and then there's the only purple tag I have, and it was the only one that I did for the spring challenge. This was also fabric from like a garden panel, and this flip. I love this tissue paper. This was like sometimes when you get stuff wrapped in the store. I had some that was all different patterns. It wasn't the plain newspaper print that they use now. This was something that I got something wrapped in. This one is a piece of stationery. I've collected stationery since I was probably 10 or 11. Another pocket that needs a tag. And that would be my journal. There's the top. And I think this, I love to look at all the lace. I really wanted to do something with lace this time. One of the things that I missed when I did the February Junk Journal Challenge was I got in a hurry to sew my signatures in before I could sew anything on the pages. So this time I took my time and made sure that I got to go through and add stuff to the pages. One of the things that I'm going to do on that chain is I'm going to put eyelets. I made these while Sissy and I were in. By the way, that's Donna Fitzgerald Fellows on our group, is Sissy. And I showed her how to use the, I got a G somewhere, there it is. Showed her how to use the enamel effects to coat things. And so I'm going to put an eyelet in the corner of each one of these letters, and they're going to go on the chain that comes down the spine with some beads. And then here's tag spaces that I've got left to play with in all my colors, except the purple. I need to make purples. Guess I'm doing a purple collage tag this week so I can have purples. That's my spring junk journal. I hope you like it. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Thanks for playing with us. I can't wait to see what Julie's got in charge for us for the summer challenge. Let's go get them. Creative blessings.